We want to turn to this shocking new report. A study commissioned by the Puerto Rican government and conducted by George Washington University estimates there were nearly 3,000 excess deaths from September through February due to Hurricane Maria, far more than the official government death toll, which currently stands at 64. So how could Puerto Rican officials have gotten that number so wrong? Well, we heard from one of the researchers behind this study earlier today.
There was a number given out only a week or two after the storm that reflected deaths that were directly caused by the storm, and was way too early, and did not look at the total accounting for what might have happened over several months.
The report found the storm most heavily impacted Puerto Rico's poorest and oldest populations, and researchers say the island must create a more effective crisis and emergency communications plan. The mayor of San Juan, who was outspoken in the aftermath of the devastating storm, took to Twitter in response to these new findings. Quote, "The number of deaths, 2,975, reinforces the pain inflicted on the people of Puerto Rico and the violation of our human rights. They will not be forgotten." Joining me on the phone, Congressman Luis Gutierrez. Congressman, you have followed this more closely than most folks. What's your response to this new report?
Well, did I hope the people of the United States of America remember that it's on us, that we cannot forget, that, yes, it's back in the news cycle tragically because now they're reporting nearly 3,000 deaths. I remind the American public that published, I think it was last May, Jen. It was published in the New England Journal of Medicine, very prestigious. University professors from Harvard and Colorado and the University of Puerto Rico. It was 4,700 deaths. And I think that we need to remember that we need to take care of our neighbors, our friends.
How do we do that, Congressman, though? How do we make
Rico.
sure this doesn't happen again?
Here's how you make sure it doesn't happen again. You make sure you have a president of the United States that when there's this kind of tragedy, doesn't say the reason things aren't getting better is because the people of Puerto Rico want us to do everything for them. In other words, he called people lazy while thousands were either dead or dying. He then said, wow, you're busting my budget. In other words, you're not worth the money and the resources to help you. When you have a president of the United States that makes those kind of comments, well, you know, and then gives himself an A. Do you remember? Mm-hmm. He said, I deserve a 10. I deserve a 10. How many was it? Just 64. Just 64. 64 deaths is one death too many. But having said that, just 64, it wasn't just 64. He gave himself a 10. So we have a president of the United States who, when he sees a tragedy, says it's too much. Why? And in Omarosa's book, it's pretty clear, which I've read, right? It says, well, they were punishing the people of Puerto Rico because he wanted to punish Carmen Yulín, the mayor of San Juan, because she stood up forthright for the people of Puerto Rico. And you know something? If you go back to your clips, you will find she was absolutely right in calling the government out, especially now that we know of all of these deaths. So the people of the United States of America, I want to say something, because I've made 11, 12 trips. I just came back last week. Every time I go there, people say, Luis, make sure you thank the people of the United States of America because you've rebuilt our houses, you've given us roof, you've given us food, you've given us love, you've given us attention. You're so much greater than the government of the United States of America. So I want to say a shout out to the people of the United States of America and tell them keep working, keep fighting. Let's rebuild her.
One thing you cannot say about the people of the United States, and that is that they are not generous, because they have shown time and time again
generous.
They are there. Illinois Congressman Luis Gutierrez, thank you so much for putting in the call. We appreciate it.